Sima Yong was killed, which disrupted the plan of Hejian king Sima Yong and Li Han to compete for the central power of the Western Jin dynasty. Sima Yi, king of Changsha, and Sima Ying, king of Chengdu, were both half-brothers of Emperor Hui of Jin dynasty, Sima Zhong. Sima Yi is 1 year older and is Sima Ying's elder cousin. Sima Yi could have appointed himself the highest military commander of the imperial court, but considering that he only had a small army, it was difficult to confront the powerful Sima Yong of Hejian and Sima Ying of Chengdu. Sima Yi had no choice but to give up the vacancy left by Sima Zhong as assistant minister to his younger cousin Sima Ying. It was expected that Sima Ying's strong military strength would be relied upon to stabilize the central power of the Western Jin dynasty. The combination of the forces of Sima Yi, king of Changsha, and Sima Ying, king of Chengdu, who were close relatives of Emperor Hui of Jin dynasty, Sima Zhong, frustrated the plan of Sima Yong, the emperor's distant relative, to interfere with the power of the central court. In order to break up the collusion between Sima Yong and Li Han, Sima Yi transferred Li Han to the imperial court in Luoyang. Sima Yi's move was intended to win over Li Han, but it backfired. Sima Yong asked Li Han to secretly plan to kill Sima Yi. The plan was accidentally leaked, and Sima Yi killed Li Han and his associates. This made the conflict between Sima Yong, the king of Hejian, and Sima Yi, the king of Changsha, completely public. Sima Yong, the king of Jian, decided to attack Sima Yi, the king of Changsha. In July 303, Sima Yong, the king of Hejian, wrote to Sima Ying, the king of Chengdu, proposing to form an alliance with the king of Chengdu to jointly attack Sima Yi, the king of Changsha. After the success, he respected the king of Chengdu as the emperor. The throne succession system of the Western Jin dynasty respected the elder. They are both close relatives of the royal family. Sima Yi, the king of Changsha, is the elder brother of Sima Ying, the king of Chengdu. The king of Changsha cannot accept Sima Ying, the king of Chengdu, proclaiming himself emperor. Faced with the temptation of supreme power, the king of Chengdu gave up his brotherly relationship with the king of Changsha and decided to form an alliance with the king of Hejian, Sima Yong. Before openly breaking with the king of Changsha, the king of Chengdu sent assassins to assassinate the king of Changsha, but the operation failed. This unsuccessful assassination showed that among the Sima royal family, power was more important than family ties. In August 303, Sima Yong, the king of Hejian, and Sima Ying, the king of Chengdu, jointly attacked the king of Changsha. War is unavoidable. Each side has 300,000 troops. This is the largest war since the Eight Kings Rebellion. At first, the king of Changsha only fought against the army of Sima Yong, king of Hejian, and avoided Sima Ying, king of Chengdu. It can be seen that the king of Changsha still had a glimmer of hope for reconciliation with his younger cousin Sima Ying, but the king of Chengdu ignored it. On August 24, 303, the king of Chengdu and the king of Hejian each led their armies to attack the capital Luoyang from the east and west. On September 13, the king of Changsha and the king of Chengdu fought a fierce battle. The king of Chengdu suffered heavy losses. 16 generals died on the battlefield and over 10,000 dead. While the Eastern Front was victorious, the government forces on the Western Front were severely defeated. The king of Changsha hurriedly returned to rescue. After returning to Luoyang, he implored Emperor Hui of Jin to personally conquer. The emperor personally visited the front line, and the government troops were greatly encouraged and fought bravely against the enemy. When the rebel soldiers saw the emperor, they did not dare to advance, abandoned their weapons and fled. The generals of the King of the River could not stop it and had to retreat. However, the army of Sima Yong, king of Hejian, had no intention of returning to Chang'an. Instead, it was stationed outside Luoyang, waiting for opportunities. Shortly after the king of Chengdu, who was defeated in the war, fled back to Yeqing, his territory, he received a letter from his elder cousin Sima Yi. The king of Changsha once again requested peace, but Sima Ying flatly refused. The war lasted for several months. Sima Yi took good care of his soldiers and was deeply loved by the soldiers. The government troops fought hard and defeated the Ying and Yong coalition forces many times, killing 60,000 to 70,000 enemies. Zhang Feng, the general of the king of Hejian, believed that he could not defeat the enemy and planned to retreat and return to Chang'an. At this critical moment, King of East Sima Yu suddenly colluded with several palace generals to imprison Sima Yi. Later, Zhang Feng was killed at the age of 28. The Western Jin dynasty lost another King Sima with outstanding integrity and talent.